This beer is in my mustache.
Okay, but first of all, give me a second here, son.
No,
we're good. No, we're good. We're good. We got to start. We got to start off right. I know you like to jump in, but we got to thank our fans, repeat fans, for joining us at the Saturday Night Pregame podcast, and new fans.
No,
yes, it is. Yeah. We'd like to thank them for joining us and checking us out. Now,
why wouldn't we save that for the end?
No, we'd like to give them, a little intro. How we doing?
Just a nice hello, like Mr. Rogers style.
Thank you for joining us on another beautiful night.
So your mustache thing is like on the side, like two little.
I think the people don't have had enough hearing you. They want to hear more of Joe.
Joe
they want to hear about the Joe C. lock of the century of the week. By disqualification.
You, Pat, couldn't let that clap come in there without having to come in and qualify it.
I can't believe that
Joe,
ended up working out the way it did.
We cannot say thank you enough for another lock of the week. I think you are 2-0 in the year 2021.
Joe, did you bet the disqualification bet in Vegas?
I did not, man, but my goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
All I'm going to say is I think this podcast is going to be a weird one. Everybody's ready to go. It's been a long week. We've all been just dying to get a beer in us.
Yeah.
I've been around Chris pretty much 18 hours a day at this point.
Is this a normal blue moon?
He haunts my dream, too.
No, this is a light blue. So to let the fans know, guys, we are drinking what they call a black and blue. We're mixing a little bit of the Blue Moon and the Guinness. And it's I know Chris didn't like it.
Is this one of the 18 combinations I used to?
Well, I got all foam
yes.
in my first one.
That's on the wall at what's it called?
Yeah, what was that? Do you remember that bar where
Declan's?
It was Declan. Oh yeah, definitely. Declan's had every type of Guinness and whatever.
Yeah.
When we went to Binny's, we looked for Harp,
Bass,
which is black and tan. No, it's
half and half.
Half and half. Then we went to Boss, right? Or Bass. That's black and tan. We had to end up with the black and blue, which is Guinness and Blue Moon. And I prefer this. I like it.
I think the blue part of it's a little weird in here. The orange is a little odd in there.
Okay, I can see
Tad
that.
Lynch is not a fan of Terry's chocolate orange, and that's what this reminds me of.
It does a little bit.
You know what makes the only thing I don't like about blue, the last time we used to drink Blue Moon a lot.
Yeah.
And
the oranges would kill you the next day.
Yes, you would taste that, and then the hangover was never good. So we stopped. I've stopped drinking Blue Moon.
Also, Blue Moon is not the greatest beer, so there's other better options out there when you're not getting $2 at Wise Fool's Pub.
Yeah, that's true. And you're right. When we were started drinking when
$2. It was
when Blue Moon came out, was kind of coming out, and they were trying to get their name out there.
We had to choose the $2 beer that was the least crappy for the
yes,
game.
that's
true.
So
everybody would get one. It was High Life. What, Coors Light?
Did High Life ever win?
Was
High Life ever the one that won?
High Life won 1 week where I think I got Coors Light, you two guys got Blue Moon, and all three of our beers were stink, and we went with Miller High Life.
They used to have some stinky Coors Light there for sure.
But this goes back to the days when we were getting 25-cent beers. Or
it was $2. I think the High Lights were like 50 cents.
50 cents. But this bar never cleaned their runs. So you were getting holy stank. But you're 23, 24 years old. Love it.
Well, you go there for drinks for 2 hours and drink as many as you can.
And
then go somewhere else where the beer's like $5. And then
you go to Lionshead upstairs and dance like an idiot.
You'd have one $5 Coors Light and call it a night.
Back in the day, that was like the end of that was the death. Like $5? Heck no.
That was the best. When we had a great run.
Oh, yeah.
We had a great run of getting to all the bars that closed. We ended up at Wise Fools the weekend it was closing.
Yep.
And just put away, they were just selling every beer. They were selling out
everything. They were just going everything they had. There's anything at the bar you could pretty much buy.
Cans.
That was cans too.
It was like the opposite of take my money. It's
yes.
like take my beer.
Yeah. Let's go.
What you got in your pocket? Piece of lint, I'll take it. Here's
the saddest day of our one of my early drinking careers was one of my favorite bars.
Career.
And it has been a career. This is Hall of Fame career style.
We're going for the TV.
We're the wily veterans.
Yes, no. But we are definitely
the Tom Brady's.
Yes, and we ain't giving it
Chris
up.
McGraw in particular, he's a little older than the rest of us.
But Cans was one of those ones where you walk in there and they're like, "Yeah, the bar's closing." We're like, wait, excuse me?
Yeah, that's the last weekend.
No.
Last night, I think.
Yeah, it was the last night. Yeah. Oh man, that was. And then that hockey bar, we ended up there on the last night.
The one before the
in Old Town,
right?
Yeah. That's now some restaurant.
I don't remember what that was called.
I don't think you ever got to the Old Town.
I don't remember what that was called anymore. That
I did make one
Mix,
bar
I think,
with
the
you
Gilties
guys.
or something.
No,
The
yeah.
Ginties or something.
Yeah,
I did get one night with you guys at a bar. I don't remember what it was, but it was the last night of that bar, and then the last night of the bartender at
Lion's Head.
Lion's Head.
Well, mine is
Yes.
still there, but
Well, Lion's Head, yeah, but he was talking about the bartender. He never got to really drink with us. With,
CJ.
CJ.
Yeah.
No,
I
which
remember
was
that.
fun.
Yeah, I remember Katrina's one of her birthday parties we had there, and like I bought like 3 rounds of shots for everybody, and it cost me like there was probably like 200 hours worth of shots. That's maybe like 30. It was like $30 tab for the
Oh,
evening.
Joe, baby, you know how to handle an Irish coffee. You know what I'm saying?
I used to love those CJ tabs.
They were the best.
I didn't have a mixer, so I eyed the shot.
There's a mixer right there, no?
It's not even-
I didn't grab it.
So Joe's a doll, an absolute doll, and has made us Irish coffees.
Yeah, tell the fans what you got in there.
I got a little bit of the coffee. I got a little bit of the whiskey.
What whiskey did you go with?
Joseph.
The Basil Hayden's.
Basil Hayden.
Basil
Basil
Hayden.
Hayden.
And the best part is I don't know if Joe's got Guinness in his mustache or if he's got cream in his
It's
mustache.
a little bit of all the above.
But he's looking good.
Yeah,
He's
it's
looking real
little
good
bit of A,
today.
a little bit of B. A little bit of A, a little
you
bit
got
of
some
B.
really long mustache hairs there.
I know.
He's
I
got,
was-
he's got the dick broom out
I
today.
haven't. The only thing.
Is that count as the 15 minutes
That's not
break there?
swearing. That's a medical term.
I think
Yeah.
penis is a medical term.
Well, how did you get the dick?
Richard?
Okay, but then it's not a swear word. It's just a.
It's just an abbreviation of a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call it a penis broom.
There you go. We go penis broom. Joe's working the penis broom, and he swept up some cream.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
If that doesn't get you banned, on YouTube, I don't know
That's got to be a YouTube ban right there.
Oh yeah, you think so? No, come on, guys. Oh, I want to say congratulations. We hit one episode with 100 downloads. That is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And we're over 400 downloads. So pat
Yep.
yourselves on the back, guys. Way to go. Way to go.
Woo woo. Woo woo.
I would give that all to
Pete
Chris.
McGraw is working hard on those new accounts. He's coming up with email addresses.
Give yourself
every
the
day.
Barry Horowitz.
What's the Barry Horowitz, Chris?
Barry Horowitz was a wrestler, a jobber, if you will. A jobber is a wrestler who loses all the time. And his gimmick was he would come out to a ring. Before he got his ass kicked, he would pat himself on the back and then get his ass kicked. But then he
That's
had a
like,
small little run where he beat a couple people
Was
in
he
the
was
mid
he a
90s.
WWFE guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like
Was that his name,
Dwayne-
Barry
that
Horowitz, or was
was
it
Dwayne-
something else? Okay.
Dwayne Johnson's dad was. What do you call a jobber?
Yeah.
Rocky
right. He just
Johnson.
kind of came in and he lost a lot of his fights. I
Oh,
believe.
really?
Yeah.
Did
Not really
he,
fights.
has anybody watched?
Wrestling.
Has anybody watched his show on?
No, I do want to watch it though.
Oh, yeah?
I've heard mixed things that it's either great or it's terrible.
I've
And
heard.
I don't know, and it seems like it doesn't matter if you like him as a wrestler or not. Like it's
It's just not a great show. Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. I mean, it's got really good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, like 90% or something.
Oh, really?
Like that. So it's and that's by the
Somebody likes it,
people
yeah.
and
Just-
the reviewers. But then I hear word of mouth that a lot of people don't like
It's a
it.
sitcom, correct? It's like a comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many do they? They'll probably figure it out. But I always think about that with Young Sheldon. I have not watched it, but I'm like, how many seasons can Young Sheldon have? Like,
It's right on 4.
oh wow.
I think most shows.
Has Young Sheldon gotten older?
Kid
I mean,
barely
it
gets older,
is a
right?
kid, so he does age.
Well, they have that one dude, that one guy in not Malcolm in the Middle, but the kind of show like Malcolm in the Middle, Chris. The janitor
Even
from
Stevens.
Scrubs.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
like the middle or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the young child's like 24 years
Oh
old.
yeah, he's got a medical condition
Yeah.
though. He's played the kid, and I always remember him in the movie Hancock. Where he's like Hancock. He's like in the commercial, and it's just his little kid, and Hancock's like drunk on a bench,
That's awesome.
and that's what I always remember him.
but
from.
yeah,
that was
he-
a terrible movie. That was.
I liked it. Yeah,
I have no idea what Hancock was. That was
Will
just-
Smith is like a superhero that's like an alcoholic and like a shitty superhero.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
I forget the whole premise. That's
One of
the
my
start
favorite Will Smiths is the one where he's like a love
Where he
guru.
gets jiggy with it?
No, he's the love guru.
Oh, yeah.
Hitch.
Oh,
Yes,
Hitch.
I loved Hitch. I thought that was
a good
hilarious.
movie.
Amanda's looking good in that movie.
Huh?
Amanda's looking good, like always in that movie.
yeah. She's always looking good though.
Kevin
Oh,
James looked real good in that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that Joe Cordelia dance moves going.
Man of my heart. Man after my heart.
He kind of stopped for a while.
Who? Kevin James?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a real not such a nice guy.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but he's done a comedy special kind of on that.
Yeah.
Like people kind of catch you in weird times, and then you never hear about all the nice things I do. It's just,
Yeah.
It's always
Exactly.
the...
I heard it's
Well, that's what people live on.
I mean, I don't think his career is hurting because he's got a show on Netflix. He had this YouTube channel.
I'm not saying that it's... I was wondering if he had taken time off or not.
Gotta make sure.
You know what though? He was on one of a huge TV show at the time, King Queen.
Yep. And then he did the redo, and then he got rid of. You know what sank that show is he didn't like his he didn't mind his wife, but he wanted
on his new show.
He wanted the Scientology chick.
Back, yeah.
And they were like, "Wait, why did you kill off the
She was one of the best things about the show.
Everybody loved her."
Fun fact about King of Queens, Jerry Stiller.
Mm-hmm.
The part was written for him to play the dad in that one.
Yep.
And after Seinfeld, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to do any more TV. He wanted just to kind of retire. So they created the part for him. He said no. They filmed the pilot with, I believe, the original dad or the original guy who played the dad for Jerry Seinfeld in Seinfeld. And
the old fat guy?
No,
Yeah.
the guy before that.
Yeah, the guy before that. There was another guy that played Jerry's
He was
dad
only
before.
first season.
Yeah.
A couple episodes.
That guy was in the pilot was going to he filmed the pilot with him, and then Jerry Seinfeld changed his mind, and they cut that guy from that part and redid the whole entire pilot with Jerry Seinfeld, and the rest is history.
Jerry Stiller, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always interesting things I don't know if you ever watched Parks and Rec, but the characters of April and Andy Dwyer were supposed to be only there for the first 2 episodes, but they liked them so much they kept them on.
Can we wait? Hold on. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty. That went over my head. So we talked about Ben Stiller's dad.
Yeah,
he didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it.
So they did with the Seinfeld.
Yeah, so
he wanted. He's like, no, that guy sucks. So
he said he wanted to do it.
Yeah, so Jerry Seinfeld changed his mind.
Oh, not Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry
Stiller.
That's I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jerry Stiller.
Yeah, you meant Stiller.
So, and he was like, now I'll do it.
Now I'll do it.
The first time around, they put out a calling card, and he applied, and he got it. The second time, he's like, go fuck that guy. I want that part.
Come on, Joe!
Even though I said no.
What did he get?
Joe's doing a shot.
Well, here's the thing. Is ass a bad word or not? Are we going not?
Well, he said fuck, so...
Yeah, but Chris is
mine is a hard one.
Yeah, that's true. Not that they're trying to throw you under the bus right now. I'm just wondering... We got to figure that out at some point.
Ass is a bad word?
These are
the
what are the 7 words you can't say on TV that George Carlin used to do?
We should look at that. But wait, what time did we get to?
12 minutes.
Damn, Joe, you're so close.
I was close.
You're close. It's all right. Well, shots next week.
It's
shot
just
for Joe next time.
Irish coffee.
I knew we were going to come in hot. I've been swearing. I've been trying my hardest not to swear. It is impossible.
How's it? Yeah.
It's impossible.
Wasn't going very well today doing taxes.
I'll tell you. So I told these guys a funny story of my Friday.
As we get into Peter's, what's happened Peter's beer this week segment of this.
I don't want to bring this up as a segment or anything like that because I don't want this to be like one of those podcasts that has every section of something. No, I would rather. This
will be our companion podcast. Peter rants for an hour.
Oh, Peter, what grinds Peter? Peter.
What grinds Peter's gears?
You know what really grinds?
We have a sister podcast. Yeah. 3 minutes of what grinds Peter's gears. What checks his rear.
Can I ask you a quick question about
all
these
drinks?
drinks?
If you do.
Did you miss the intros of them?
No, I don't.
Well, you made the coffee, so you should know the coffee.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm just. What do you think of the coffee? Is it too hot?
No, it's perfect. I just got to get through the. Go. Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to.
And then
Joe,
what is this?
That's a black and blue.
Black and blue. Sorry, I kept saying black and tan.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Oh, that's what you were talking about with the blue.
So, Joe, we went because you were nice enough to make our coffees at this point, but we went to Binny's to get. I wanted to do Guinness because it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm hoping everybody's pre-gaming and had a great time.
Are we going to do a St. Patrick's Day next Saturday too? Because it's literally in the middle of the week.
For sure. We'll figure out something different. And I'll bring some fun facts for next week on St. Patrick's Day.
You'll do a JMO shot for St. Patrick's Day.
I'll do that, yeah.
I'll do a JMO shot. I'll have one.
Joe's do 2 though.
Irish car bombs next week. There you go, people.
Come on in, baby. But
no.
So we went there to get.
That's what the Irish said back in the 90s. Sorry, go on.
We went for Harp and Guinness. They're out of Harp. We went for then we were in that say half and half. Then we went for
black and tan.
No, black and tan is
Harp and Guinness.
No, it isn't. It's Bass and
Harp and Guinness have basically the same logo.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
I think they're the same company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went for we were gonna do black and tans. They didn't have Bass, So we're like just trying to find something, and then we found and they call it a black and blue, and that's Guinness and Blue Moon.
Is it because it leaves you black and blue in the morning?
I hope
It's gonna make you feel like
Man, that'd be terrible.
that would be nice. That would not be nice. Okay, so go back into just the swearing and having a rough week. I told Chris and Pat this story already, but so Friday, me and Chris now on Friday mornings before work we go and practice our shots.
Got it.
Golf shots.
Golf shots. We're having a great time.
The form,
baby. Yes, the technique for shot. And just Friday is a beautiful morning. It's 50 degrees. There's a couple guys there, older guys. Just everybody's having a good time. I have a hot cup of coffee, feeling good. So I'm leaving. I'm leaving the golf. We spend our half an hour, getting our shot done. We're working it. And I get in the car and I just go ahead and throw in the GPS for the office that I'm going to go to because I'm working off-site. I'm going to a client's office.
Oh, yes.
And I go there every Friday.
Yep.
And my phone's usually really good about just queuing in and going right away.
Keyword there is usual.
Not even thinking about it. Just throw it in there. Bop, 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 bop. Go ahead. So I start driving. And I look at it, just, kind of get the feel for where the directions are. Because I've done this, but I want to make sure I'm doing it right. And it was like originally kind of put me off to a weird spot. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go my usual way and then it'll get me back onto where I went. Mm-hmm. So I'm going and it doesn't take me on the highway. And I'm like, all right, this is a little weird. Okay, but COVID traffic is over. Like it is done. People are out. Yeah. People are like, forget it. I don't care. Well, let's go, babe. I'm done. Yep. So I'm driving and I'm doing back roads and I'm like, it's a little weird. 20 minutes into my drive, I'm seeing cows. I'm in some rural area. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. This can't be right. But you know what? I'm not going to question Google Maps.
Yeah.
Because I don't know anything.
The almighty Google.
I'm not questioning maps.
Google's very accurate.
And as an individual, much like myself, very directionally challenged.
Yeah. So am I not? And I'm texting.
Who am I to step up and disagree?
I'm texting Chris, like making jokes, like, "Oh, I have no idea where I'm at. Like this seems so," and just joking around. Then my map says, you're 3 minutes away from your destination. And I see a horse. And I'm like, no, this isn't right. So I'm like, shh, not good. So I look at it, and I'm like, there's 2 offices. And I was going to the second office, not to the office I work at. Great. Put in my address. Put in the address 25 minutes. I'm going to be 25 minutes late. I'm like, oh, God. So I get there. No big deal. I get there. No one even really notices. Yep. So I start working. I have a stack of invoices and accounts and bills to put in. Yeah. I'm not even kidding you. This is probably the biggest stack I've ever gotten. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be
all that mail that finally got delivered.
Oh, dude, for sure. No, and 100%. And then like I made a comment last week that might have gotten somebody fired. So I was like, I need to keep my stuff going. So I'm working my tail off. 11 o'clock comes by. The guy comes in. He's like, hey, you got the bills that I'll just pay him right now. We'll get them done for the weekend. I'm like, oh yeah, here. Listen, I got them done early today. Go for it. Not even, and I'm starting to work on the invoices. I'm getting through. Guy comes back. He's like, hey, Peter, I don't see the bills in there. Like, we're in the, QuickBooks. Like, you just go click pay bills. Oh. So I'm like, oh, come on over. I'll show you. Like, I don't know what's going on. What are you talking about? Click it. And he's like, oh, you didn't update to 2021? And I was like, oh, no, I don't do that.
I'm sorry,
excuse me. I don't do that. Like, you
checking and saying
yes, you give me 2021. I go on 2021. I'm not IT.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, so you just wasted 4 hours of your day, baby.
Oh my God.
You don't go on the line. You don't.
I was just like, and he's just busting my chops. He's like, wow, gonna pay today to do nothing, huh? And he's like, you don't stay late today, right? And I was like, oh, no. Like, because this is like Monday's a deadline.
Yeah.
I can't do that. And he's just joking. And he felt bad because he actually effed up.
Yeah.
But that was my Friday.
Oh, fuck.
Well, let me tell you, when I got the Christmas, I left and I go to the second office for the day. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I've wasted a whole day.
Yeah.
This is on top of, I have another client. Well, I'll give you all my client stories, but this other client, I've been asking for simple things, very simple things all week. And so we got some stuff done, and he's like, hey, Peter, can you switch this? And he's like, here's some invoices to help you. And I was like, Minzy, I've been asking for these invoices all week, bud, all week. And yeah, it's been one of those weeks where anything that could go wrong could go wrong. I was funny. Lauren was trying to like keep me calm because she knows it's just F-bomb after F-bomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? If you were this unlucky, Lauren, I would have probably broken up with you already. Like, do something. I'm like, you should probably find a guy who's not as unlucky as I am.
Oh man.
Oh,
that's
brother.
rough.
So this gave me a lot. I have an extra 30, 40 minutes of drive time. So I was thinking about the podcast and what really grinds my gears, Joe.
Yeah.
And I got 3 things. This week, 3 things have really kind of grinded my gears. First being, on the radio, so in Chicago, we have Q101, and, we have, like, the iHeart and the B96. I'm so sick of them playing songs from, like, the early 90s, and they're, like, Q101, it's never, why don't we have any new alternative? Like, there's, like, one new alternative song.
I see where you're going, yeah.
They played Eminem's Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think.
How is you Lose Yourself in the rotation? This should be on the oldie station at this point.
It really, if you think about it.
You gotta think about who's listening to the radio these days. Oh. It ain't young kids anymore because they're doing
people our age. I don't listen to the radio
That
ever.
is a great point.
That's fair. Okay. Well, that kind of shuts down my grinds my gear.
Peter's grinds his gears has been reversed.
No, but then I also heard the Barbie song. And I almost shot myself.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie
throw
world.
back that one again.
Wait. B96.
Really?
I would have been jamming the fuck out on that shit.
Is this Aquaman?
No,
Aquaman?
It's Aquaman, yeah.
Good.
Did you put the windows down and blast it?
I should have. Oh no! Come on now. I'm singing like
you're a Barbie girl.
I'm a Barbie girl.
Here's like
I have noticed
off the windows.
But they're saying the newest hits, and it's like 1992 hit. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
That was late 90s.
We were. I was driving Sarah home, and some song came up.
The Macarena came on this time.
By Rihanna, and I was like, oh, I haven't heard this song in forever. I go, do you know when that song came out? She goes, 2000. I go, what? I go, this is a 20-year-old song playing on the radio right now?
I'm talking about.
Rihanna was not around in
stations.
2000. No way.
What's that?
Rihanna was not around in 2000.
Yeah.
100%.
She's our age.
No, but she was killing it in the early 2000s.
She would have been like 11 then.
No,
she wouldn't.
She's our age.
No.
I jumped pet my gears.
I'm gonna put this in the book.
So second thing that grinds the crap out of my gears this week with the COVID shenanigans. Somebody put on an oral history of COVID. It was a year ago. Listen, everybody who's listening right now knows how shitty COVID was. We do not need an oral history of how crappy COVID was.
How can you have an oral history of an event that's currently happening?
That's what I'm saying. Why are we doing this? We're celebrating a year.
Chris, would you care to get the people that want to know?
She would have been 12. She had a hit song in 2000.
Hold on.
Maybe it was one of her Disney things. Something. I don't know.
All right.
Her first album dropped in 2005.
That's what we're talking about. Right there.
So that's too far. 5 years. Just not too bad.
5 years off.
So that's still 15 years ago.
I was saying early 2000s.
A decade and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
Regardless.
But back to
It would have been great if it was 12.
celebrating COVID like it's A, over, B, like it's some historical, like...
In Texas it is over, Peter.
Oh, well, listen, everybody's done. I get it. It's done, but I cannot... It made me so mad when, like, I think it was CNN or 60 Minutes was like, we're going to have an oral history. Shut the hell up.
Did anybody watch Biden's address the other day?
No.
So he walked up to the podium with a mask, gave his speech, and then he walked away and didn't put his mask back on.
Good man.
No, it's all optics. It's absolutely
no,
all
but
optics.
it was just humorous to me that he walks up in a hallway by himself with it on. When he leaves, fuck it, it's fine now.
Here's the thing,
he was in Texas, Pat. He crossed the border.
No. People are going to see that and go, oh man, he's not even doing it. But every fucking person on his team has been like given the vaccination.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that, John.
Not even the vaccinations we're all getting.
I just thought it was funny as all.
But it's just like it's just like,
they got that Trump vaccine.
Yes, the one he got in secret. Didn't even want anybody to know about. It's tremendous.
The lights are whatever.
Yeah, Lysol. Okay, I do complain. Or I do complain about the oral history, but then they were showing some of the Trump stuff from early on. He's like, yeah, we're going to take a little bit of the disinfectant, and you just inject it. And I'm just like, what? we thinking?
People died from that. People actually did that and injected. People thought it's okay to inject yourself with like
You
a
know what?
bleach.
Sometimes you gotta thin the herd,
Listen,
baby.
survival of the fittest needs a new way to get the stupid out.
Bill Burr said the best thing ever. Sometimes maybe we just need to thin the herd a little bit, right?
Is the White House giving the China COVID test?
Oh,
Is that how
that
they're doing
was
it?
Trump's administration only.
Oh, Trump's administration.
China's so great.
And then my last thing. Oh, I got you, bud.
Thank you.
My last thing is the stimulus, and this is going to be a little controversial, and it's biased on my part. I'm tired of hearing people say the free money. It's like people just don't understand. It's not free money, and I don't mean to bring the podcast down. And I get that's a little.
No, go ahead.
It's annoying to me.
Point.
It's not free money. The government gives you money because he taxes you. So that's how they give. It's not free, and we're gonna have to pay this back. And they slipped in a bunch of taxes already.
I know. I fucking hate that.
Stop harping our buzz, man.
That is no, but that's a thing that I didn't realize until recently. Is that like they put these bills in, and you're like, why didn't the like Save Old People Fund pass? And you're like, these people are terrible, and X amount of people voted, and it's usually specified aside, like, oh, the Democrats.
All these
And
bills.
here's the thing though,
Keep going, Joe.
they just like put stuff in there that they shouldn't be putting in, or that's not even related, and that's why it gets rejected.
You guys recall
Yeah.
Sorry, real quick.
Like,
from like a perception thing, just like the mask, you're like, oh, they're doing this terrible thing. It's like, no. If you knew the whole story, you'd understand why. But it's never painted that way.
If you recall, the first stimulus was held up for a while because they had a clause in there regarding the some pipeline that they were to approve a pipeline I'll prove this as long as the pipeline goes.
You're 100% right.
And they cut that out eventually. But like, there's shit like that, all kind of weird shit. In
Yeah,
these
they
bills.
wanted to do on this last one. They wanted $15 on or minimum wage, and they had to cut that out. Like,
oh, I thought that passed.
no,
Is
they
that
cut that out.
happening in Illinois?
No, they still wanted.
Yes, Illinois has it. Some states have done it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you're right. It's not federally all over the place.
They're just going to cut jobs.
Yeah. Well. I mean, go to Walmart. Walmart's has like 1 or 2 registers. Actually, people who check you out now.
It's all self
self-checkout.
The Target by my house over here, the new Target. You got 4. They have the registers. Never ever seen anybody on them. They're all. You walk up to the thing and you check out a queue.
That's the thing. I mean, that is the future. Like, in
the
general,
future's really going to be.
Look at McDonald's.
It's going to be all
Look if you go to
autonomous.
McDonald's. They have one person that's serving food, but all the restaurants now have like the
but they do have one. Like most.
You can still order to the one person up there, but that person's primary job is to give you a glass and to expedite your food out. Like they'll take orders from people, but the primary method is to go to the kiosk thing.
You a little cold?
Just a tad.
Come here. You're all right. You okay?
Just a little cold. Just a little cold.
Come on, just put the blanket on. Put the blanket on. Put the blanket.
We got to break in this old tub, Chris.
Yeah, get in the old tub.
Yeah, let's get into this.
Old tub. It is the Jim Beam.
We need a picture of that.
This is like the Jim Beam recipe before Jim Beam was around. This is what they call
we've
it.
had this once before, right?
No, this is the first time I've
You're
seen
thinking
it.
of Uncle Nearest,
I
which
feel
is
like
a different thing.
Maybe I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
and that wasn't bad. I can't believe what are we on 23? Lucky number 23, boys.
Podcast?
Jim Beam's Old Tub is bottled and bonded Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Just like the original Old Tub, it has not been carbon or chill filtered. Only quality screens remove bits of barrel wood.
Ooh.
It's the next best thing to thieving the barrel yourself. You may notice some haziness when you add ice. Think of it as an indicator of the true, full flavor of this bourbon.
Oh, baby. I can't wait to taste it in all its many flavors.
You're gonna taste.
Tastes like
you're gonna taste the bourbon.
whiskey.
Tastes like
And the
hurts.
bourbon.
Tastes like a hangover.
It tastes like burning. Jim Beam is a.
If
Jim
this
Beam
tastes
makes
anything,
you angry.
if this shit tastes anything like that Devil's Gonna
I got
happen
you,
once,
bro.
I'm gonna lose
Thank
my
you.
shit.
Yes.
No, it's Jim Beam makes you angry.
That'd be poor.
Yeah, you need it a little bit.
So do you think there are
I'm listening.
drinks that affect you different
Oh,
ways?
whiskey does. I 100% agree.
They actually put out a test where like they say like darker liquor actually has an effect on your mood.
Aggression.
Yeah, aggression.
It's 100%.
I think some people also that's personality wise.
And I think Jim Beam 100% makes you more aggressive.
I think that's accurate, but I also think that some people's personality when they drink are just inherently more angry.
I think it's kind of a
Some
bit
people
of-
are more chill, and some people just get really fucking angry.
I mean, I kind of feel like it's. Could I get one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Joe, you get really fucking angry.
Shut up, Pat.
Joe, it's already starting. It's already starting here. Here it is.
I will beat the shit out of you.
I will beat the small out of you.
That'd be good because I can go taller then.
Joe literally gets angry just sitting there breathing. He's hangry right now.
I am
I'm
so
hungry too.
He needs a Snicker.
Snickers.
What would be
Betty
my
White without?
I was gonna say what is my non-Joe look
Okay,
like?
let's think about it.
His what? Sorry.
And what's his
what's
his old man look?
Ted Danson.
So
No.
the premise of the commercial is
Christopher Walken.
it's a particular person who's angry of some sort, but it's usually a celebrity, and then they have the Snickers
That's
and
a
they
good
turn back
one.
to their normal person. So who is my
Oh, who's your angry guy?
Yeah.
Who's
You
my
know, like, that
angry
would be-
celebrity?
You know how we used to do when we were trying to pick up girls? We'd go with what actress does she look like? That kind of shenanigans.
Yeah,
this is even better. Like what angry?
That is fucking Joe Keneally.
that's Joe. Yeah. So
Ted Danson is Joe Keneally.
No, but Ted Danson's a nice guy.
But in terms of personality,
You're
I mean,
angry.
like,
You're an
Betty
angry.
White doesn't mean Betty White's an angry person. She's just an old lady. An old
yeah. So
No, but it's
I
angry
feel like
when
they're both. I feel like Betty White though is chipper. Even when she was in there, it was like she's like a
No,
sweetheart.
but she
about
makes
it
fun
somehow.
of him. She makes fun of the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ted Danson.
Do you remember?
Ted Danson?
Not
works.
like
I
look
that.
wise, but you remember the guy. Remember Crosby Kramer and the little person that he used to have,
yes.
Mickey?
Oh,
Like,
the guy with the beard.
Mickey, like that's
Good job.
that's
Jack.
Joe.
Good job.
That's Joe. The Mickey's personality. That's Joe.
I just immediately think of the guy from
That
the
could be the Mickey.
shorter gentleman.
That'd be accurate face wise.
In
Height-wise, too.
in Family Guy. He's like, so what, big. You know, he had the
yes, yeah.
so what, big whoop, you want to fight about it? And then, like something would happen.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
The wolves sweated them. Grandma.
Ah, you could also be
Oh,
you could also be Conor McGregor beating up an old guy in a bar too. So that could be used well.
I hope he doesn't beat up an old guy.
He did beat up an old guy. He punched an old
Oh,
guy
he did.
Because he wouldn't drink his crap whiskey.
And the old guy didn't go down either.
No. Well, that maybe might have been an indication that Connor's on the way out.
That. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, didn't mean to burp.
That
How's Chris? How's the old talk?
I like it. For
Well,
$20,
Joe was
not
just gonna
bad.
do his review, please.
Well,
go
no,
ahead.
that's what I was gonna say. Is it's interesting. I kind of feel like it's almost two different things, like mixed together.
Okay.
Because it's hot, but it does have a sweetness,
Snoit.
a sweetness.
That was
it's got a sweetness, and yeah. So it's just interesting. I don't know.
It tastes like permanent marker, and then it's got some sweetness at the end.
Yeah,
like
the
it.
initial's a little rough, but
Yeah.
it's not bad.
It's like super.
My throat is still burning a little right now.
Oh yeah, I feel all of it in my eyeballs. I think heat is like coming out of my.
This is
tear ducts
definitely
right now.
what proof is this thing, Joe?
I think it's only like 90 or something like that.
100 proof.
So it's a little stronger. I taste that
It's
stronger.
on the high end, yep.
I like that.
Oh, here's a little
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. So I was listening to some videos, on the YouTubes.
On the tubes.
On the line.
On the YouTubes. And they were talking about something about wood and how alcohol affects it. So Pat's table would turn white. When,
Yes.
So now
ashy.
Yep. So we started putting covers on it. Apparently, it's the isopropyl in liquor that affects real wood. But any of your stained stuff, it doesn't do anything. Like anything with a veneer. So that's why Pat's table was turning white.
So my quality from Bob's Furniture is real wood, huh?
You got some quality shit. At least the layers
Yeah.
that
You
can
want to hear a
totally
funny
have.
story? That Mr. Anderson had bought a table from Bob's Furniture that said in stock, be delivered in 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks come, no mention of it.
Did you buy this online?
Yes.
Okay.
No mention of it.
Not in the store, online.
No, on the line.
On the line. You should probably go in the store, but anyways.
Hey, to each his own, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the story could have been fixed with that, but we'll go for it.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Wow, you don't even know the fucking outcome yet, Pat. God damn, Jesus Christ.
Will you let the man talk?
Negative Nancy
Hey,
over here.
Mickey over here, quiet, all right? Got a Snickers bar.
All right. I'm
Angry.
good.
Sorry.
We good?
We good?
We're all right, guys.
Sorry.
We okay today? Can the man get his story out? That's all I was trying to do. Let the man get his bit.
You know what really grinds my gears? Is when you can't let the guy get his story out, and when you don't zip your zipper all the way out.
Oh, you moved too?
Oh, no, I did that.
What is going on?
I did that Friday.
Are we just giving up on it?
Oh man, I went into my boss's office. I was sitting there in the door. I was getting some checks signed. It was like one of the few times. It was just a few checks.
Guys, like it's a breezy Joe?
Oh, I didn't. I walked out of the office, walked down the stairs, looked down, flies wide open, and all I thought is, "Oh,
boys, what the hell are we doing here?"
That's why it was awkward. I thought he didn't like me for a minute. No, it's just that
you kept
he
asking me.
my genitals.
Yeah, but he kept asking, do you feel the breeze, Joe? You're going to breeze it today, huh?
I go, no, there's a highway behind you. Of course you're going to feel
You
something.
just close the window. No, it's not the window, Joe. It's not the window.
I have no idea what story I was going to tell either.
You were talking about Bob's Furniture's on the table.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Good call, Pat. That's why you got that steel trap up there. It was supposed to come in 2-3 weeks. No mention of the table. So he calls, "Hey Bob, where the hell's my table?"
Hey
Bob, Bob doesn't like to answer customer complaint calls. You gotta go to Bob's sales department to get sales department to send you to Bob's complaint department. So he finally gets there. They're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's, you got all this COVID stuff going on. There's gonna be a delay." He's like, "Well, you kind of told me it was gonna be in 2 to 3 weeks." Well, it'll be here in March.
March?
March.
Oh yeah, no, it is, Pat.
Yeah, wait, the story's not over, damn it.
But Mr. Anderson calls Bob back. Again, Bob doesn't like to answer to customer complaints. Mr. Anderson goes to sales. Sales sends him to complaints. "Hey, Bob, where the hell is my table? I've not heard nothing from you." Bob says, "I got your legs, but I don't got the top. Top's not coming till May at the earliest. But would you like your legs? We can send the legs early. We don't have a top."
We can put some plywood on there, in the meantime.
Mr. Anderson is so mad. He's dying. And I'm sitting next to him, and I'm not trying, because there are times where I'm on the phone and I might sound a little angry. But when you hear Mr. Anderson's angry, he's too nice to be angry. So he's trying to give him a little bit of that tough guy, but also be like, "It's okay."
Yeah.
And it makes my heart giggle so much.
He's like,
Listen here, asshole.
it's
I want my table.
no, he's like,
But
it's
if you can't do it, it's okay. I understand.
yeah, that's exactly it. He's like, it's unacceptable that it's taking this long to deal with this issue.
But
we
I
should
understand.
be able to.
Yeah.
I understand it's not your
Your fault.
problem,
Yes,
though,
yeah.
and it's not your fault. You're just
This
a person,
is where you got to throw a couple F-bombs.
But seriously,
I'm
where's my-
coming down,
seriously,
Bob.
where's my
I'm
fucking
coming
table?
out of the booth.
Seriously, my fucking table. I'm coming out the booth. I'm gonna punch you a little clay ass from the TV commercials in a minute.
No, but here's the worst part of this all is you can't cancel the ticket because it's a 15% charge if you try to cancel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, my experience with Bob's Furniture was significantly different than this one. Got all my stuff on time, delivered on as needed. So.
Oh yeah, it's you just can't. Mr. Anderson is hilarious, and it kills me because I feel bad because he really wants this table.
Is it
I feel
upstairs?
bad for Mr. Anderson
Because he's just too nice of a guy.
He's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's never gonna be
Never.
mean or
Me, where I'm like, all right, let's go. It's go time. We're gonna get this.
I'm
done.
coming to Boston, baby.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of the booth.
Oh man.
What is it from again?
That's Toll Booth Willie.
Yes.
Go with Billy from Anderson.
Yes.
That's
That's
Chris,
it.
I think this is a great time. So let's get. Chris was nice enough to. He saw an article and told me and Pat about this today, and I thought this would be an awesome kind of article.
We don't know. Me and Peter still don't know the answer to this.
Yes, no. So we saved it so we're all a little surprised.
Oh,
but
sweet. Okay.
And I could have Googled it on the way home, but I did not.
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not going to give anything, Chris. You go ahead. And,
You're a real fucking hero, Pat.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you for not reading the article.
So there is.
Go on, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Bob.
So the article is the only NFL players with no trade clauses.
Oh.
So wait, and just why this is so surprising is if you think like MLB, NBA,
You hear about it all the time. In the NFL, there's only 9 players.
and they have one of the most.
That's because
Is
there's many
this-
trades in the
Hold
NFL.
on. Can I ask, just
Yep.
for context, is this a big thing in other sports?
Yeah, there's
Yes.
more trades in other sports.
So, I'm sorry. So the
Like, so,
players
like,
have
yeah.
non-trade clauses?
Yeah, so like Bryce
Baseball's
Harper,
really big.
Yeah, Bryce. Like baseball, you if you're a big player because you don't want
Don't
the
forget-
Cubs, you don't want the Cubs to send you to like
You want to be able to have the
don't
ability
forget
to
in baseball
veto a
though.
trade.
If you're with 5,
10
So this
10
basically
play 10
allows
years.
them-
10 years or 5 with the same team, you have almost an automatic no trade.
Does this allow them to then pick when it's acceptable? Is that
Yes.
basically what
Yeah.
it is?
And who they-
Okay.
and
Yeah,
who?
no,
And
these
who
are great
they-
questions for people who might not know.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I don't know.
So
what this
trade,
is.
no trade clause gives the player the more leverage, saying like, okay, hey, your team sucks and you want to get rid of my contract. I don't want to go to these. I want to go here. I
Now
want to go there.
there's 9 in the NFL per this.
Nine
That's it.
in the
And
NFL.
and
That's
NFL has one of the
So-
biggest rosters.
Chris,
So
you
nine-
give us
Okay,
at
so
least
that's
divisions
something I
to
was
help
going
us
to
out
ask
in the NFL?
because I would imagine baseball has a much larger
Yes.
roster.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, no,
is it,
no.
it's
NFL
half
does.
the
NFL
size.
has like 60 players on a team. I think.
It's 52
Wow.
game day. It's like 66 with the practice squad.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And only
Baseball
9.
is 26, for example,
Yeah.
That's interesting.
or at least it was 26 last year. I'm sure they went down to 25 this year again. But
That's interesting because just on a side note, because of COVID, I thought it was going to be easier for the baseball players to stay in COVID-free like environments or I thought if baseball could do it, football could do it. I didn't realize football carries that many people.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you also got to think about all the equipment people and
Yes.
coaches and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Like, wow, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. It
So
is a
you're
lot.
looking probably at like 70
and
people.
they got
on
John
sideline.
Gruden over there with
Yeah.
yelling at people.
Okay, so
Go
sorry.
ahead, Chris. So that really set the table.
Yeah, so there's only 9 players. So
There's one really easy one because he's in the news.
So
all the time
yeah,
now.
so there's
Yeah.
one person that you could easily guess. I'll give you at least Pat wanted some divisions, but I'm only going to give you one because 4 or 5 of the players actually half the list comes from one division. It's the NFC West.
Okay.
That means nothing to me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So
NFC West.
I mean,
okay.
I understand it's the West
That helps,
side
Chris, that
coast.
helps.
I-
That's
I-
San
I-
Francisco. That's Seattle.
And
That's the
Arizona.
Rams.
Arizona and the
49ers.
Rams.
Rams. So you for sure.
Where's Russell Wilson? What do we know that?
Russell
Russell
Wilson's
Wilson's
one.
So Russell Wilson.
Patrick said one of the offensive linemen for the Rams.
Nope.
No, it's not
that's
Andrew
not it.
Whitworth. I thought it was.
Okay.
I'm guessing that Jalen Ramsey's got one.
It's not Jalen Ramsey.
So
Jimmy
what's it?
Garoppolo didn't get one.
No.
Jimmy Garoppolo is one of the people on the list.
Wow, he
Really?
did get one. Okay.
Yes, he got
That's
one.
2.
Does Patrick
Uh,
Peterson in Arizona have one?
No, he does not.
What about Pat Mahomes?
Pat Mahomes is not in the NFC West, but he is on the list.
So
That's
yeah,
3.
That's what I'm aiming
So okay,
for.
so
is the
quarterbacks.
list.
So quarterbacks, but the Rams are not. The Rams are not on there. Or no, I'm sorry, because you just. Oh, Matthew Stafford. No,
No,
He said 4 in the NFC West. So we got 2 of the 4.
2 of the 4.
2 of the 4.
Okay.
And there's got to be a weird one.
And you have
Wait,
got.
is it
Does
kicker?
Robbie Gold have one?
And you have all got.
No,
you've gotten
he
all
doesn't.
but one of the quarterbacks.
Does
There's only
Rob-
one quarterback left, and he's not in the NFC West.
Does Robbie Gold have one? 'Cause he
No,
was
he's
really
not.
pissy about his contract last time.
No, he doesn't.
I love how confident Joe was in that answer.
No, I saw him in an interview this week, and he was
Okay.
talking about.
Oh yes,
like,
being traded. Yeah.
yeah,
Or,
yeah.
yeah.
So I know he definitely didn't have it.
It's not a
Even
running.
though
Is it a receiver? There's no good
Larry
receiver.
Fitzgerald.
There is a receiver in the NFC West. I will give you that.
Larry Fitzgerald.
wait, is
No.
Who's a good
no,
receiver?
never mind. That's
Cooper
the
Kupp.
East.
No.
No.
I don't
I
know
think
who's
he's
on
got
the
a
West. A
second
receiver.
Wait,
I
Seattle.
don't know.
Or Arizona is the guy who got traded last year.
Peter's right.
The-
DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep. DeAndre Hopkins has a no trade
So that's
clause.
4 out of there, right?
That's 3.
3
overall. It's
So
4.
Russell,
Mahomes.
but no,
No,
but
Russell, Hopkins, and Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
There's one left there.
There's one left.
Wait, Watkins.
So-
Watkins.
Russell
Russell- yep.
Wilson,
Richard Sherman.
No.
Garoppolo, Hopkins, and I don't think Murray's gotten his contract.
So
yet.
did you say
Wait,
that's it
and
for the
David Johnson
quarterbacks?
or the
No,
running
there's
back
one
didn't get
quarterback left, but he's not in the NFC
it.
West.
The running back didn't get it. David Johnson.
John Johnson's in Houston.
No.
Oh yeah, he got
Um,
shifted.
You get traded for Hopkins.
Wait, would it not be Tom Brady?
It's not Tom Brady.
Tom Brady
Oh,
does that one.
oh, he just signed for a new
Yeah.
contract. Yeah, so he's. I feel like I know
It
this.
says one more quarterback has got one.
One more quarterback, but he's not in the NFC West.
Yes, but there's one more.
Is
that's got it.
Pittsburgh?
Oh,
No.
Ben Roethlisberger? No. What's another quarterback? That
Or actually, there's 2 quarterbacks left. I apologize. 2.
Rodgers got one.
No.
Oh, that's who I was going to ask too. I was going to ask
Matthew
Rodgers.
Stafford didn't get one. Who's got a big contract?
Watkins or Watson doesn't have one. 'Cause they
Wait,
get rid of
when
anybody.
did
Does.
this-
Deshaun
when did
Watson
this-
has a no trade
I was
clause.
about to say who else? When did this article?
So there's
come
one
out?
quarterback left after Deshaun Watson now.
Which when did this article come out?
Huh?
When did this article come out?
February 27th.
Is Dak Prescott on that list?
He was not.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a good call though.
He just signed a contract, so
Who's a really
Well,
good
that's what I was
quarterback?
asking.
Rivers is not. But
He says another receiver in the NFC West.
No, you guys got the receiver in the
sure.
NFC West. You have one player left in the NFC
Is
West.
it offense or defense?
He is defense.
Oh,
Both.
Sue. Not Sue.
A.Q.
Aaron
Shipley.
Donald.
No, it's not Aaron Donald.
Is that Aaron Donald?
Bobby Wagner.
No.
Who's the
J.J.
guy?
Watt.
Somebody on Seattle.
J.J.
Get
Watt's
the
got
fuck
another
out, I got
trade
it.
clause.
Oh, because he just signed in the
Yeah.
West.
So that's 5, right? We got 5 or 6 so far.
We got 6 of the overall, yeah.
6 of the 9, yes.
Another
All right.
quarterback.
One quarterback, and then the last 2 you guys will never
One
get.
quarterback that's in the West
No, he's the one quarterback out
is not in the
it's
NFC
not,
West.
It's not Nick Foles.
Who's got contracts?
Andy Dalton, no.
He's not a free agent.
Is a free agent?
Can I
He's
look
not
at
a free
Can
agent.
I look at a list of quarterbacks just because I'm
Yeah,
really
go
bad at
for it.
names?
Go
Is that
for
okay?
it. No worries, bud. Not Cam Newton.
It's not Cam Newton.
He's signed too, so that would have been before this list.
Drew Brees.
Got it.
Damn it, Joseph, you're so good.
Did he not retire yet?
I literally Googled NFL quarterbacks and it was Tom Brady
So
and Drew
that's
Brees. And I was like,
7
Drew
we got,
Brees
right?
has been there way too long.
What division are the two guys in?
The NFC North and
Is it
the AFC West.
Matt?
You will never get the guy in the AFC West, so I'm literally just going to give you
Okay.
the AFC West guy. It is Laurent Duvernay-Tardif, who is an offensive lineman for the Chiefs. There was no way you guys were ever going to guess that, and I would never guess
heard
it.
that.
Is
guy.
it Mac for the Bears? With
It's
the
not.
No.
in the North.
In the NFC
So
North.
okay, is it? It's not. It's not.
So it's either
I'm going to give you
Kirk
guys.
Cousins.
I'm
No,
going to give you guys at least
Two more guesses, yeah.
2 guesses, and then I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
So we have 2 more people?
One person, because I gave you there was an
One more
offensive
person.
lineman from the Chiefs
you
that you were
say-
never
And it's
gonna
NFC North.
NFC North.
So that's
it's
Bears.
not a Bears
Packers,
guy.
It's Bears, Packers, Detroit, and
I don't believe it's
Oh,
Bears.
who's the receiver?
Minnesota.
Who's one of the receivers on Green Bay?
or no, it's not. I don't think it's anybody in Green Bay. It can't be. Could it?
It's not Devontae Adams.
Probably.
No, that's
is
good
it,
call,
is it
Joe.
Harrison Smith in Minnesota?
It is not.
So who's in the North? The Bears?
Green Bay,
Green Bay,
Minnesota, and
Minnesota.
Detroit.
Detroit.
The running back
It's
from
someone on
Minnesota.
Detroit.
It is not Dalvin
Ooh,
Cook.
That's a good call.
It's someone on Detroit.
Who the hell could it be?
Who the fuck's in
Detroit.
Detroit's any good?
It's got maybe a cornerback or something.
Is it offensive or defensive players?
Offensive.
There's nobody in the Bears who wouldn't.
No, it's nobody in the Bears has no trade clause I'm aware of.
And we already got Aaron. Not Aaron Rodgers was a no.
There's a no.
Does David Bakhtiari have one in Green Bay?
It does not.
Not Aaron Jones. He's too young.
No. Aaron
He's
Jones
a
is
free
he's a free agent.
Is it Jimmy G? Not Jimmy G or the
Jimmy Graham?
Jimmy Graham.
It is Jimmy Graham with a no trade clause for the Bears.
Wow.
That was the one I didn't think you guys would ever get, but Peter nailed that.
Oh, he did get one. Why would they? Was he a 2-year deal? Why would they get
Yeah.
one? Whatever.
Oh, jeez.
That's interesting though.
It is like the offensive line. We could have sat here all day. And you guys would have had to go through.
I
Like,
didn't
I
know the
didn't
person
even
was.
know-
I knew the
I
person
didn't
was
even know
in existence.
That name existed in the NFL.
I'm with you on that one. I had no
Yeah.
idea. We'd have been here all day guessing for that.
yeah,
one.
for that
Oh
one.
no, for sure. There's no.
But yeah, Jimmy Graham. I thought was when I saw that I'm like, you got.
If you could have
shit
gave me
me.
his first name, I still wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
Damn, that was good though. That is kind of fun
Mhm.
and very interesting part of.
Just to see who kind of has one in the
I
NFL.
mean, yeah, and I know MLB is like all over the place.
Oh, they have. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you get
So
one
is it
automatically.
very
you love it.
common in other sports?
Yeah,
Yes.
so hockey has like hockey calls it no movement clause,
Yeah.
and like the
Like
bunch
half
of
the
players there
Blackhawks-
have it.
That's
And
just
it's saying only
It's-
9 people have that.
Half the Blackhawks used to have those. I think Taves got one.
I think
Kane's
like
got
what
one.
is it? I think the NBA was like a big one where they didn't have it for a while. They had I think Kobe Bryant was like the first one to get like a no
In the
trade.
NBA?
Yeah, I think
Wow.
he was like the
How
first person.
quickly it boomed from there, I feel
Yeah.
like. I feel like that's all you hear about it.
I don't think it wasn't a big thing
No,
at the time.
I don't think NBA has a lot of them. They just dictate where they want to go
Yeah.
to.
Yes, because you could say.
Oh,
Why-
so it's not even in the contract.
Yeah, it's
It's
like
just
James
the
Harden's like, I'm not going to play there.
the persona's so big and the
Well, that's
ego.
kind of the thing in the NFL too. Is like you don't want to be giving these because the salary cap in the NFL is so ridiculous and so tight that
Well,
you
now
don't want
that's
to give
shrunk too.
you don't want to give like Deshaun Watson a bunch of money if he doesn't want to play for you, or you don't want to bring somebody in who doesn't want to play for you and then try to sign him and not have that. It's just insane.
Yeah, like in the baseball, you get a lot of guys that do like the last year deal. They get traded away mid season because baseball is a much easier sport to baseball is baseball. You have to hit the fucking ball and you field the ball. Like, it ain't rocket science out there. Like football, you got to learn schemes and you got to get out there. You know.
No, you're right.
It's a lot harder to jump.
Yeah, baseball. Run from base to base.
Yeah, basically you're hitting. I mean, you know the pitchers and you're playing as pitchers. Like it's not as hard to like alternate from that. Like,
do we want to go really quickly into the UFC fights that we saw last week? I mean,
Amanda Nunes just wrecked
Yeah.
shit.
I told you that there was a huge though when he was fighting.
Yeah, she was really tall, but she didn't. I mean,
she had no chance.
Well, I don't know if she didn't have no chance, but she literally just got stomped out.
Yeah,
damn it,
it was insane.
She tagged her a couple times.
Amanda Nunes didn't even look
she didn't look like
she even had like she. I mean,
she wasn't scared at all.
Or she didn't even have to train.
I mean, Nunes tagged her a few times, and that girl realized instantly, like, oh shit.
The confidence, I mean, the confidence that she came in with, where she was just like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna impose my will on her.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That's something that I've been looking into, like just
imposing your will on people.
No, but like the mentality of fighters and going in to fights, because I've only had 3 fights, and it's always the most nerve-wracking thing in the world.
Yeah. I did, not to cut you off, but I did wrestling in high school, and it was very, very difficult. I mean, it's like the nerves were so hard.
And I was looking at it, and I was trying to like figure out like what, because that's like the most nervous I'll get. Like now I can get into a ring and I'll be comfortable, but once there's something on the line, my stomach drops. Like if I know I have something to do like that, I don't eat for the next few days. Like it just drops out. So it was just very interesting to me, like the process they go through, and that like a lot of fighters have these mental coaches who are just there to help them think through that and get through that single moment right before a fight. I don't know.
The other thing is, I felt like there's a lot of those 2 fights that the Peter Yan and what's the guy's name? The
Jan Blachowicz? Or Adesanya.
Yeah. They both were controlling those fights, but they seemed very timid to end the fight.
So I think that's a thing.
Like, they didn't want they were trying to point it out instead of not get caught, instead of dominating and like being dominant like they've always been and ending the fight.
I felt like the young guy though got better as the fight went on for some reason.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, he did.
But
he seemed like the fresher of the 2 guys.
But he could have. Yeah,
he was.
I mean, you're right that Adesanya could have probably possibly ended the fight earlier than that, but it just felt like as that fight kept progressing on, that Jan just kept getting better and better.
I felt like in the beginning of that fight, he knew that Stylebender's a big counterpuncher. So I think he wanted to try to he was trying to bait him into that. He didn't want to get baited into that a little bit. And then he finally realized that he's just a bigger fucking guy and just clinched him.
Well, that's what kind of got me into the whole thing about thinking about fighters, and like you mentioned, Amanda Nunes, like going in knowing that she was going to dominate, and it's like
not fucking around.
There's something about that mentality, but then also
it gets you caught. You're right.
It could get you caught. But you were talking about the fighters who would they do their thing and they were winning based on points.
Yes.
And it's such an interesting game. It's kind of
like I'm saying points, but they were dominant. Like
yeah,
I don't understand the points anymore.
Well, but
I'm not saying okay. So I mean they were dominant, but it looked like they would hit a combo, or they got these guys rocking, and instead of going in and killer instinct, it felt very, very more methodical. Like, and I get sometimes that works.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But I think this time, like sometimes you gotta be the killer.
Oh yeah,
I think Adesanya going up in that weight class. I think he was very respectful of Blagovich's power, and he didn't want to get too close in the pocket with him.
But he's also got a very I get that for second round, third round. You've got this guy.
Well, I thought he won 1 in 3 of those rounds, if I remember correctly.
I think what it is with Adesanya is he's a very technical fighter.
Yeah.
And he's gonna strike you when the moment's right and only in that moment. Like that. He is that guy. He is methodical, and I think that's why even going into the last round, you could tell he wasn't spent physically, but he was just waiting for that moment, and he would try to set things up, and they just wouldn't work.
I think he expected the Polish guy to be much more aggressive towards him, and the Polish guy was smart and not playing that game.
I think that guy really changed the way he fought. Not really changed the way he fought,
mid-fight,
but he
I know.
did.
Mid-fight he changed it.
He did, and there was
He took his corner.
it was even outside of his character of fighting.
Yeah.
You know, like it really was
But I mean,
an adjustment for this opponent.
Also, he hasn't. I doubt he's gone more than 2 or 3 rounds in any fight with his previous.
Well, that's just it. Like
so I think that he was much more reserved early because he thought it might go longer, and then once he got later rounds, he's like, I'm gonna crunch the shit out of this.
It ended up paying dividends.
He had some great combinations in those
Yeah.
later
No,
rounds
yeah.
too, where he was tattooing him on the face. Like it was,
He won the fight. I don't have any question that he won.
No,
the
there
fight.
was definitely no question. But
Our fucking Uber canceled like that night. I just remember.
I did feel bad.
So
about that.
we
very close to calling.
we had a great Uber ride home. The guy was playing the jazz.
Oh yeah, me and Christian in the
jazz.
back like umsa. Dude, and the dude was into it too. He's just like, yeah, let's go.
So
Nobody's driving the wheel.
the story, we're hitting up D'Agostino's in
Wrigleyville.
Yep.
Recommended.
Yeah,
No,
it was
not
dude. I felt every bit of that pizza because I ate so much of it.
Thank God you ate it, Joe.
But, good Lord, I felt every bit of that pizza Sunday. It was just acid reflux, heartburn, whatever the fuck any of that is. I got all of it. So, but we all order our rides and we all get them. You know, like you guys go home together. Myself and Pat were going together. And
yeah, we were.
And we finally got it timed out. So we ended up all going outside together.
Oh yeah,
and it was close to closing.
No, we thought the guy was like 2 minutes away. They're already gone. Like,
Yeah.
We were gone.
Well, let's go outside. The guy 2 minutes. So I can walk outside. This fucking guy can't.
Now, mind you, Chicago, was it last weekend? Started opening later.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they closed at midnight.
Yeah, and
So
it was
this
open,
was-
the bars were open until 1, so it shouldn't have been so.
Well, last 12:30 was last call. So,
Well, we were also at a restaurant, so it's not like full on.
and we had cut it. Like,
Yeah, we were done at like 11:30.
Yeah.
It was literally just waiting for the ride. So you guys end up getting your ride there. My ride comes outside, right across the street in front of is it Ties Till 4?
Yep.
Right there, right?
No, that's farther up where it's Banks over there.
Oh, okay.
You're on South. Yeah, he was in Southport, and
the
they actually
next
got
street.
ties still.
Got it. So it'd basically be like that side. He was like on the other side of the street, like a little bit up the block. So we get outside, we get there, and we get to the light. We have to wait. He's on the other side of the light. All of a sudden, I'm looking at my phone, ride canceled.
Oh.
And we're like, oh no.
And we're not getting allowed back in.
No, we're definitely not getting allowed back
So
in.
we're
Where
like,
it's
thank you,
nice
good
and
night, and
warm.
they allow us.
Where it's nice and warm. So I get another ride, and I think we're sitting out there for like 10, 15 minutes, and I legit, in my head, thought, okay, if this cancels out, I gotta call my sister.
Oh yeah.
We get it. Thank God the ride came. Pat gets in the car. He goes, if we waited like a minute longer, we were calling Katie. I was like, yes, we can. And we were on the same. We were throwing the helmet because it was so cold out there.
The backup option would have been calling Larry Lynch to get his ass out
Yes,
of
it
bed.
was like when we went to Edison Park Inn for the last UFC fight. We were sitting out there.
I told
cold.
him that. I'm like, basically, the cab from the Sprague was where we're at right now is where the lift was. Literally where I'm at right now.
I mean, it's such bullshit. Like, you get, if the guy's like within like 3 minutes and you cancel, you get a $5 charge. That motherfucker should be charged $10 for canceling and you literally across the corner from you.
He was across the street. I saw his car.
Yeah, we
pull
saw it.
away.
And Joe's like, I think they got to turn the wrong way. Like, what do you mean? And then Joe's like, oh, he canceled. Like, no.
And
that guy should be fucking
was-
nailed for.
I know. Well, here's the thing, right? Like, again, playing devil's advocate for his side, how many times do those people show up at rides and then somebody cancels or doesn't show up? And it's like, it was midnight.
Also in our
COVID.
defense, so like, we're not that far away from them.
No, we were not that far.
Particularly you. Like, you were not far.
Yeah, I was about 8 minutes
Yeah,
away.
our ride.
Yours is
home
twice as long as ours was.
Yeah, our ride home is further than like you literally texted like your ride canceled, and we were almost home, and it was like, oh
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that's the issue. So, like, it wasn't like we were going like way out of the way. Like we're not that far from that place.
Okay, so to kind of come back and talk about Chicago, Pat sent out yesterday the Barstool and the pizza review of.
Yeah.
Oh, is this about the car crashing?
Did you see
So I don't know if
Yeah.
if you get rear-ended, you shouldn't get out of your car that quickly. Evidently,
Yeah, I didn't get to catch to see the whole thing, but
I literally just watched that last night.
Basically, he's like getting talked to, and behind him, you can see this like there's like a white car and like a silver car, and like the car like kind of bumps into him, and the guy kind of gets out, and then the next thing you know, someone jumps the guy's car, just rips it out, and goes.
wow.
There's like a cannon, and the cops are sitting right there the whole time.
They tell you
they're
if
not
you're-
cops though. That was transit authority.
Yeah, they're useless too.
So it was a very weird
not that
situation
cops
to
are
be in.
useless. We love cops. We're a
No,
very
it was
pro
it was like
police
it was
podcast.
Chicago Transit Authority is what it
Yeah.
was. And so it was like a very weird situation that they are armed very similarly to the police, and they do have certain responsibilities. But
Yep.
I think this guy literally clipped their car as he was peeling out because you heard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
how they got stopped was they were into the guy, and that's kind of a move now. If you get rear-ended, you got to be a little.
Well, they tell you what is it when you're in like in a neighborhood
Don't
that you're
stop in
not
the middle of the
used to.
street. Move over too. Also.
I mean,
They
that is
were
where
they were pulled over.
They were
Oh,
pulled
were they
over,
really?
Yeah.
A big thing that used
Also,
to
that neighborhood's
happen.
not a bad neighborhood.
No.
Where is this?
It was right by Dave's office. This is where
Right
where
by-
Roots.
oh,
Where Roots
yeah,
Pizza there.
Yeah.
There's like, what is it? There used to be like a thing where like if you were driving in
Yes.
some unsavory neighborhoods, people would jump out in front of your car, and they would want you. They would like you jump out and hit them. You stop your car to
You
check
get out,
on
you get
them.
out.
They would rob you and take your car. And the cops used to tell you, "Don't stop, keep going. Call the cops and tell them that you hit somebody."
Yeah.
And
You always heard about these like growing up, especially in high school and college. Like you would hear these things because people would experience it and then travel through word of mouth. Now I feel like we have no way of knowing, but all you hear in the news
It's
is
these carjacking.
these
through the roof.
carjackings that are going on in Chicago.
I'm not even telling you. I
mean,
couldn't
it's
be more
unreal that
ashamed.
it
I couldn't
could-
be more ashamed of Chicago.
I was
and
about
what
to say
ended.
it couldn't happen at a worse time
Yeah.
when all these carjackings
Yes.
are going
Well, that's
through
why
the
they're
roof,
that's why they're doing
and then
it.
they got it on
Yes,
fucking
on Barstool.
Yeah,
Millions of people have seen this. I'm so sick of and
And
it's
the
just-
guy didn't know there was a thing. He was like, "Holy shit, that just really happened." You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that really." Because like, the
Dave-
Barstool guy's like,
Yeah.
he didn't know that there's a carjacking thing in Chicago right now. He didn't know that.
had no idea. He didn't see any of it until the car peeled out, and
Yeah.
then the camera
He's like,
guys
that
were
guy's
like,
just-
"Yeah, we have multiple angles. We got all of it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy's like,
It's
"That's really
ridiculous.
happened."
do you hear that? You hear out in the suburbs that they're running the fake scheme again, where they have somebody who like says they're from ComEd or
Oh,
from
I
like
know,
a utility company, and they distract you at the door while somebody comes in through the back door.
There's another one where people are like they're with I think it's ComEd or something there, and they're saying they're going to give you a free thermostat, kind of like the one I got, like the digital
Yeah.
one, but it's got to check to make sure your system's good for it, and you let them in the house, they fucking rob you.
One last story. We'll wrap this up. And let's get this pregame going. Let's go out and celebrate some St. Patrick's Day. But to that, when I was dating Jody, this guy would come from an alarm system, and he worked his way into the apartment of these 4 women. And thank God it was 4 women. So I think he thought there might have been just one.
Mm-hmm.
And he was trying to convince them on like an alarm system for the apartment, blah, blah, blah. And they sat with him. They finally got him out of and called the cops immediately. And the cops were like, took his stuff and whatever. He came back. And she's like calling me like, what do I do? I was like, don't let him in. Don't even answer the door. What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Pretend like you're not there. It's
Yes.
not like he can see
It
you.
was 2 weekends ago. Katrina was telling me that someone came to our house here like every hour on the hour for like all Saturday, like knocking on the door to for something. She didn't answer the door. She's like, "Is anybody supposed to be expecting anything?" I'm like, no,
No.
don't answer the door.
That's good. But hey, this was fun. This is freaking live action today. Lots of good stories. Thank you again. If you're a first-time listener and you listened all the way through, we can't appreciate you enough. If you're a repeat guy, we're at Instagram.
Yeah, tell them where we're at.
We're at the podcast S&P for Instagram and Twitter. We're the S&P podcast at gmail.com. Send us.
Pat Lynch is still
Yo,
waiting for
baby.
that first email.
And if you want a free sticker, just email us your name and address, and we'll send it. We're not taking emails and all that shenanigans for anything. We're also gonna have T-shirts. We're not sure if we're gonna sell them or we're just gonna give them out to get the name out there. But
we're gonna get a T-shirt cannon and we're gonna shoot
Yes.
you with the T-shirt cannon.
We're not remiss.
If you're in the Chicagoland area, we can schedule that.
Yes, we could definitely. Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. This has been a fun pregame. I hope everybody's
Part
having
1.
fun.
Happy
Yes,
St. Patrick's
yes.
Day, part 1.
Part one.
Middle of the week, baby. We're doing 2 of them.
We got 2
We might
coming
even
up.
do one on Wednesday. Who knows?
Yeah.
Not really.
Seriously, thank you guys.
Not during taxes.
Not during text.
Not really. No.
Thank you guys for this has been a fun one. Honestly, tons of drinking, lots of fun. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Let's go, Illini. Bye.